Hi, hi. Hello, ladies. Welcome. I'm doing a low lift live stream tonight. I know I promised that I would try as much as possible to come on weekends on Saturdays to have these conversations with you, and I'm trying to keep to that. I'm actually very tired, but um, this topic was weighing on my heart, and that's why I decided to just turn on my camera and just have this session with you. So come on in. You're welcome. So I'll wait for one more minute or two to have you all in here. Welcome. Okay. All right. So let's just get into it. I am not super organized tonight, so I'm just going to be going with the flow as the downloads, the stream of consciousness move through me. I'm just going to be sharing that way. So why success still feel or can still feel empty? Now I will talk about this from my lived experience as number one, an ambitious woman, a woman who is ambitious, a woman who thinks deeply and also feels deeply. So there is the detached part of me, and there is also the very connected aspect of me. And I think we all have that as human being, as beings experiencing this plane, so to say. So I would say that some of us are striving for success, some of us are ambitious. We want to achieve certain goals, we want to reach certain heights, certain levels, and of course some of us end up abandoning ourselves in every sense of that word in the process, abandoning our body, our mind, our spirit, and our souls in that process of trying to appear or be successful, so to say. And sometimes it's not really the from my conversation with thousands of women, because I have had a very interesting career as an image consultant. And I have also had a career as a talent manager as well. And that's why, for me, if you look at the history of my channel, always, my topics are always flowing between looking good, dressing well, speaking well, and also choosing work that actually aligns with you as a person, because those are the two domains that I have had the most experience career wise, and also personally as well. I have gone through my own era of being, you know, having body issues to work with and work through as well, which was what led me into image consulting in the first place, even though professionally I was trained in that way. Trained meaning credentialed as an image consultant and a talent developer, a talent manager. So but the journey my journey within the corporate environment especially, and my experience as a woman also experiencing life, have also exposed me to quite a depth that I didn't have, that I wish I had earlier, so to say. I mean, in hindsight, that I wish I had earlier. So I am a woman who has experienced success in my career, success, I would say, in the way I now feel about my body. And so I feel like I am qualified to speak about this topic. And so when I am talking about ambition, when I'm talking about success, I am not talking about it from a superficial angle. I'm talking from a more deeper, more expanded, more um more nuanced angle, so to say, because again, there are nuances to these conversations. I'm not just going to come on here and start talking about achievement, success, ambition without some level of without an awareness of the nuances. So this is not, I'm not speaking in absolutes. I am speaking from my own lived experiences. So one of the lessons that I feel and think that I am also coming into as a woman, as an ambitious woman, as a goal oriented woman, a woman who is very conscious of her direction, who has had her own challenges with surrendering, so to say. Surrendering meaning, just being able to let go and just allow things to flow naturally. As a woman who has gone through all of that herself, I am not speaking about ambition or success from a superficial angle, because number one, I feel like sometimes what ambition is asking us to do, or what success is asking of us, is to realize that things are not black and white, so to say. When achievement doesn't feel, when it doesn't feel aligned for you, you begin to question things. And that is one of the things that I have been doing over the last couple of years. My content has changed, so to say. My perspectives have also changed when it comes to body issues. As a woman, my perception of my beauty, my body, my work, my career, my perceptions have definitely changed based on some of the reflections that I have had time to do, and some realizations that I now own, so to say. So when your achievement does not exactly sit the way it ought to sit on you, there will be issues around. You begin to question why you are even doing what you are doing. You feel empty when what you are doing is not in any way connected to maybe a higher purpose for you, or a higher results, so to say. And so some of us ambitious women, professionals, um, women in businesses, women in careers, women who are heading somewhere, because my channel is really, really focused on empowering the ambitious woman. When we don't slow down sometimes to just breathe, or to just reconnect, or to just question why we are hustling, so to say, hustling so hard, when we don't take our time to slow down and really understand the why behind why we want to achieve so much, why we want to do so much, why we want to get to wherever we are going to, when we don't slow down to question the why, by the time we get to those destinations, sometimes it becomes empty. It feels empty, and it is in a bid to deal with that emptiness, or to avoid that emptiness, that we start thinking of the next phase. What is the next thing to distract me? What is the next mountain that I can climb to distract me from sitting with myself? Because I know how hard the what's the word? I don't know why my tongue is twisted tonight. I'm just searching for words tonight. I don't know why. When that passion, or the power, or the yes, the power of ambition, the drive of ambition, that's the word, When that drive rises within us, when that strokes come up within us, it can really ride us so hard as ambitious women. And I know that, yes, as someone who is heading somewhere, you may be thinking in your head that, okay, I need to do this, I need to do that. But when you don't allow yourself the space, the consciousness, the awareness, the breath, the breathing space to just slow down, just calm down, and begin to ask yourself questions around, why do I really want this right now? Why is this really important to me right now? Things can get clouded, so to say. And then you begin to think in terms of, oh, I've done this, I have achieved this. What is the next step? What is the next thing to do? And you hardly ever have the chance to really query, because like I mentioned earlier, I am a woman who query things a lot. I query, when I don't understand something, I want to understand why it is that way or why it is this way. And that applies to me as well. This is me sharing from my own lens, from my life, my experience. I love querying things, because if you don't query why you want to get to a certain destination, or you want to get certain things, or you desire something, if you don't query the why after the why, or the very reason behind why you really, really want that thing, it can feel empty when you get there. When you get to the destination, it can really, really feel empty, and nothing will feel or can fill that vacuum for you. No one is coming to do that for you unless you do it for yourself. That is the hard reality. No one is coming to no one is coming to give you certain explanations. And that is why you have to do the work of knowing who you are and why you are doing what you are doing. Why are you doing that thing? So sometimes you may find yourself going after a particular career, or being at a particular job that you are not really fired up by, or not really interested in, so to say. Maybe someone just told you that this would be good for you, and you took that hook, line, and sinker without necessarily questioning it, or sitting down with it, or just examining how your body, your mind, and your spirit feels about that particular thing. Again, this conversation is a freestyle. There is no right or wrong answer, or I'm not trying to achieve anything Herculean here. I'm just pouring my thoughts out, just sharing as thoughts are coming to my head. Because again, like I said, I am someone who think deeply and feel deeply, and I try to understand things from not just the superficial angle. I can be as superficial as the next person, but at the same time, I also like to go deep into the root cause of certain things. So that is the first lesson that I have learned, that sometimes your achievements can become the very thing that disconnects you from yourself. It's like an out of body experience. You are watching yourself waking up to a business or a job that you don't really feel connected to anymore. It doesn't speak to your body. Your body doesn't light up at the thought of it. Your mind is, cloudy as to why you are doing it. Your spirit is confused. And we don't do the spirit of confusion here. That is the misalignment that I am talking about. And it is one of the reasons why your success can feel empty. When your ambition, your job, your career, your life, when dissatisfaction begins to creep in, and you are not really creating the time to sit with yourself and ask yourself questions to understand why you feel how you feel. I am not here to tell you how to feel about anything. I'm just sharing my thoughts as they are coming to my head. Disjointed, I know, but it is what it is. My ADHD, my ADHD mind sometimes struggle with putting certain thoughts together. So my thoughts may come out disjointed sometimes, but I'm heading somewhere. So stick with me. Stay here. Don't go anywhere, okay? So the second realization I also have had about success and feeling fulfilled or unfulfilled or empty is the realization that the cost of building a life that you think you should be building can be very, very steep. I mean, your life can look good from the outside. It is your life. You are the one living the life, right? So it is really your life. It can look good on the surface. I mean, you are the one that everyone sees and they're like, oh, Ade really has she really has a good life. She's living it up. She has a good job. She has a good her career is going up. She's elevating. She's climbing. She is this. She is that. But guess what? You can get to the top of that ladder and realize that it's been against the wrong wall all along. Let that sink in. Let that sink in. You can get to the top of the ladder and realize that you have been propped against the wrong wall all along. So many of us ambitious women, we are all, spread out in different fields, in different career. I am a professional talent developer. I am an image consultant. That is my career life. But as a woman, I'm talking about the identity of the woman now, a woman who has experienced life, is still experiencing life, and will continue to experience life. I realize that sometimes things may look glittery on the surface where, everything looks fine and perfect and dandy. But within you, inside you, your body is crying, your mind is begging, your spirit is so disconnected. Your spirit is so far from what you are doing. And for me, I am a soul aligned woman. I will always question things. My body, what does my body, how does my body feel about what I am doing today? How is my spirit feeling in this environment, in this moment? I am very, very conscious and aware of that because one of the core things I have also learned from working with women in different career spaces, women who are always looking to look better, to look good, or to, improve their careers, to make more money and all of that. One of the key things that I have also understand is that these women have apparently on the surface look like they have it all together, but at the on the deeper level, underneath all of that appearance or facade of success, is a woman who is looking for more, looking for more, looking to feel more. Because there's a deeper reason behind you wanting to just look better. You can't just want to look better sometimes just because you want to be perceived as better, because we are all looking at ourselves in the mirror, the physical mirror and the metaphorical mirror. So the idea sometimes is not just about wanting to look good. There is always a deeper reason for wanting to improve the look or for wanting to make more money. Because at the end of the day, for some of my clients that I have worked with, it is not the money itself that they really, really want. These are high flying career women, women with who have recorded success in their different field of endeavors. So it is not really the money itself that they are looking for most of the time. It is the feeling or the experience that having money, having more, getting more, it is that feeling that most are searching for, or are seeking for, rather. And so you can be building a career where everything, or a business where everything looks good on the surface, but within you, you don't feel connected. There is no inner aliveness. There is no conscious connectedness to what you are doing. And that again is another reason why that success can feel empty. I have worked with women who wanted to look a certain way, to present a certain way, and after all of that, after we achieve the results that they want physically, look wise, there is still this comeback to me to say, Ade, no, I feel like, Adele, no, I feel like, there is still that conversation that keeps going on, like it is still not it, even though we have achieved the results, so to say, that they said they wanted. Even though we've been able to put the wardrobe into order, even though we've been able to revamp the CV or the profile, or we've been able to do all of that, there is still this comeback to me to say, Ade, is still not enough. It is still not enough. I think, or I feel that something is still missing. So what could be missing after all the image transformation turnaround that we have done? After helping you to secure, a job or your promotion, or helping you to work on your business. Because like I said, I work with both female entrepreneurs and female professionals. So we have worked on your career, we've worked on your job, you've gotten the promotion, we've worked on your business is going well, you are getting clients, you are getting paid, and yet you still come back to me to say it is still not it. In fact, that was what pushed me into doing deeper inner work, because I realized that most of the women that I worked with are looking for something beyond the surface level appearance change, or the surface level feeling of I am making money in my business, or I am making money in my career. I realized that most of these women are looking for a deeper connection, a deeper feeling, a deeper expression. There was a time when I wouldn't want to come on live without makeup, without anything. There was a time when I wouldn't want to be seen doing that. As a creator, as a professional, as a contentpreneur, as an entrepreneur, there was a time that I felt, oh, I don't want to come on the internet with, no makeup, with nothing. But then it occurred to me that if I am off the internet, if I am interacting with people off the internet, with my family, with my friends, this is the way I would appear most of the time. So where is that feeling of wanting to please people on the internet, so to say, people that you may never even meet? I had to query where that was coming from for me, because my purpose, what brings me inner joy is to be able to come on my platform and share with my community. And whatever aspects of me that my community members come in contact with, as long as it is genuine, as long as it is authentic, is what it is who they are meant to experience. And that for me is full expression of myself, right? That for me is fully expressing. And women, we have to allow ourselves to be fully and completely immersed in ourselves to achieve that, or to get to that space where our success feels connected. Imagine me building a platform, or you building a platform, spending your time, your resources, your energy, building a platform that you end up not wanting to show up on. You have achieved that success, but you don't feel like showing up because what you were showing up for in the first place was not what you really care about, or it was a performance. If you have been following the trajectory of my channel, you would see that I'm always talking about performing. You don't need to perform. Who are you performing for? I mean, anyone who feels connected to your message feels connected. And those who are not your soul tribe, they are not. You cannot force that. And that is why success can feel empty for some of us ambitious women, gifted women, talented women, skilled women. That is why sometimes when you eventually get that maybe 5K month, 10K month, 20K month, you feel empty afterward, or you eventually get the 1 million subscribers. It still feels empty. And it becomes a drag because you have not been expressing from a place of realness, from a place of authenticity, from a place of genuineness, from a place of care, from a place of connectedness, from a place of expansion, from a place of aliveness. You haven't been, you know, experiencing your work, your job, your career, your business. You have not been experiencing them in that space of connectedness. And I think it is that feeling of connectedness that is missing for some of us, that we keep searching and looking for. So when everything looks good on the surface, your business looks good, your career looks good, but you within you, you don't feel good about it. It's about time to sit down with yourself and begin to query, begin to interrogate, begin to look at patterns, because our lives are always showing us patterns if we pay attention. That's why I'm very big about self-awareness. And it's not enough for you to even be self-aware sometimes. Okay, what if you are aware of it and you are not doing anything about it? What if you are aware that you hate creating short content, for example, and you are not doing anything about it? You still feel like, oh, I need to create shorts to be seen, to be, and you know that you hate it. You hate creating shorts. You don't want to create short contents. You would rather be on YouTube having those nuanced conversations, having that long talk, because you know that you have a lot that you want to talk about, or you know you want to connect with certain people. But because you feel like doing shorts where you would go viral within 2 minutes, where you would have millions of comments, millions of this, you know that doing that is what looks good on the surface, right? Then you force yourself, practically contort yourself, because that contraction will come. You can't escape it. I'm saying this because I've done it before. You cannot escape it. You have to know what you are built for. Some of us are built for the long content routes, and some of us are built for shorts. But I don't see any reason why you should be, somersaulting, rolling over backward, trying to create a surface level success that doesn't have any resonance for you. I just cannot understand it. Even though I have had moments in my life where I felt like I wasn't going in the right direction, I will say that I can say it confidently that I have always been a woman who knows how to reel things back. I can reel it in because I want to know how my body feels about it. Do I feel energized? Do I feel galvanized? How does my nervous system feel when I am doing this kind of work? when my ambition is going this way, my ambition is going this direction, how does my body feel? What's my body saying? Is my mind at peace with this direction that I want to take my business or my career to? Does my spirit feel alive? Because aliveness is very important for us as women. Does my spirit feel alive when I am doing this type of work? Success can be recorded in anything, so it doesn't have to be even business or career, or it depends on what you term as success. For me, success, joy has always been an integral part of success for me. And that is why you have to define your own idea, your own definition, your own feeling of success. Success is important to me. Freedom is important to me. Agency is important to me. Autonomy is important to me. Those are my own indicators of success. Do I feel joyful? Do I feel aligned? Do I feel like I am doing something meaningful? Do I feel like I am free? Freedom meaning I am free to make decisions for myself, decisions over my life. I have agency over myself. I have agency over my body, my mind, my spirit. Those are the very core values for me when it comes to success. You have to define yours. There's no escaping that. You have to define that for yourself. What does success mean for you? So that by the time you start applying your God-given talents or the skills that you have built, you are applying them to the right things. Your talent is not going to waste in the wrong direction. You are actually applying it to where it needs to go. That is where the combination or the very blend, the harmony of flow and structure, that is where it comes in. Right? Some of us have spent the best part of our years, so to say. And I'm not saying it is too late. That's not what I'm saying. As long as you have breath in you, as long as you have you wake up, it's another opportunity for you to change the story. It's an opportunity to craft a new narrative. As long as you have breath in your body, you can turn things around. And so when you feel like, oh, I have arrived, we are always going to be becoming, because life is itself is a lesson. Life is here to teach us things, and our souls are here to learn. Our souls are here to learn. The body is learning every day, and your body can remember fear, it can remember joy, it can remember the different ranges of emotions. Your body remembers. It stores those emotions. So your body knows, your body remembers when you have been doing what is actually misaligned for you. Your body knows. It knows, it remembers, and it will keep reminding you that we've done this before. This did not feel good. Why are we doing it again? I remember when I started my fitness journey, when I started working out, taking my exercise seriously and all of that. There are some workouts that I would do back then, even though I was, achieving or getting my weight loss result, my desired result. But those routines, those workout routines, exercises, they were practically tearing me apart, so to say. They were tearing me apart, tearing my body apart, because I was doing those routines in ways that my body did not want. My body did not want to work out that way. So there are always alternatives. There are always other ways, options. When I was constantly doing long form, no short form content, I was burnt out. I was burnt out. It was like being on a roller coaster where you have to keep churning things out. And the way my brain works, the way my mind works, the way my spirit likes to work, the way my soul connects, I am the type of person that wants to like reflect first, think about a concept first, or just have that have that you know think it out in my head first. And it is one of the downside of being an overthinker. I want to think it out first. I want to plan it out. I want to see, the different angles, the different directions, which can be exhausting in itself. And that was why I stopped creating shorts, because sometimes I can be spontaneous and say, okay, this is what my spirit is pulling on me to talk about. Like this night, I was not really planning to come on live. I wasn't. I thought, okay, should I do this live? Should I wait until, I have a better lighting, a better makeup, a better whatever? I was thinking of all of that before I said, nope, kinda. Adele, you're not giving yourself that excuse tonight. Get up, put on your camera, turn on the camera, and just talk. Whatever is in your head, whatever you feel like sharing, just talk. And that's why I said I'm just doing a low lift content tonight. It doesn't take any value away from it doesn't take anything away from the value of my message. The fact that I decided to, just be casual and have a FaceTime with you all tonight. Let me see what you're saying in the comments before I move on. Lily, thank you. Thank you so much. Oh, that's so heartwarming. So heartwarming. Thank you. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. I've said it before, it's not about perfection. I'm not trying to be perfect. I am not in any way claiming to be perfect, but I just want us women to understand that success, ambition can be easy on you. Let it be easy. If you don't make it easy, then it becomes a burden. It becomes your ambition, your desires, your goals, they become unwelcome burden on you. Your success becomes something that you are forcing. It becomes something that you don't want to participate in anymore. When you started, so to say, maybe when you started your business or when you started your career, I'm always going to use content creation as an example because that is what I am doing right now. I'm creating content. And so content creation can become something that feels heavy for you because in the wrong you have rooted it in the you are planting it in the wrong soil. It's just like the metaphor that I used earlier, that you've been trying to climb a ladder, a career ladder, a business ladder, whatever ladder it is for you. And by the time you now get to the top of it, the pinnacle of it, you realize that it's being the wrong it's being the wrong wall all along. Your ladder has been propped against the wrong wall all along. So how do you deal when you get there? That's the question. How do you deal? And so the fire of purpose, The lens of purpose must always be on what you are doing. Purpose changes what success feels like for you. For every one of us, if you are chasing your goals, your ambition, you are driving it from the lens of purpose. What you will do, the actions you will take will be different from someone who is just doing it for the sake of doing it. My experience as a talent manager exposed me to different types of people, different talents. I am a talent as well because we all carry different gifts. We carry different talents. We carry different auras. We carry different destinies. We carry different destinations. And so, excuse me, you cannot commit to your destiny. You cannot fully commit to your endeavor if you are not driving it or stewarding it from that lens of purpose. Purpose meaning, what is the meaning? Where is the meaning in this? Shade, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Ah, I appreciate that. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Let me see. And so we cannot just say, oh, I want to pursue this business. I want to pursue this career. I want to build this career. I want to build this business. I want to be this. I want to be that. And you are not thinking of the meaning. Remember the example I gave earlier about the women that I worked with who wanted to improve their looks, their appearances, and the different talents that I have worked with who wanted to make more money. These are also women as well in different um, both corporate spaces, creative space, etc. I have moved across industries. I have moved across different fields. So I discovered that what most are looking for, whether they are trying to improve their looks, their appearances, or they are trying to improve their businesses, their career, make more money, what I found to be missing is a lack of connection to their purpose. What I found to be missing was a lack of connection to purpose. And I am not talking about some spiritual woo woo here. Yes, I can be woo woo as well. I am a very, very soul person. I'm not talking about that. I am talking about the meaning behind or that we attribute to our outcomes. The meaning that we are seeking from what we are doing. If you cannot find that meaning or you are not feeling that sense of meaningfulness, it can feel empty. You can become the most successful business guru or the most successful professional woman, and you would still feel empty because that route that you are on, that path that you are on, is not connected. You know, it's not connected. There are 7 chakras in our body. So your heart chakra, you see this heart, it has to be connected to what you are doing, because on those days when you don't feel like doing it, on those days when you don't feel like showing up, your heart, the message in your heart must go out. the heart will keep pushing you. I know how long I rigmarolled. I went round and round and round before I came back to doing the work that I am doing today, which is empowering women, building, helping women to build that inner confidence in themselves, helping women to regain their self authority, because your self authority cannot be disregarded or discarded when you are trying to build a successful life, a successful business, a successful career, an aligned business, a joyful one, because joy is at the bottom of it for me, at the bottom of everything that I do. If it is not joyful, and joy for me is not about always being happy, on the surface, it's about that inner fulfillment. So that is where my joy resides. The heart chakra needs us. It requires us to tune in. It requires us to tune in into our very deep-seated desires. And we can be honest with ourselves. I mean, no one is actually seeing or able to open your heart and see into what is in your heart. But your heart will always beat towards certain rooms, towards certain work, towards certain people, towards certain places, towards certain things. Like, I feel my joyous when I am listening to certain music. And so you have to find your medium if you want to do this aligned work that I am talking about. If you want to create a success that feels like yours, because you can be successful and still feel like it is not you, like it doesn't belong to you. It's an out of body experience, let me put it that way. It's like you are outside observing yourself, looking at yourself doing some things, and you know that, no, this is not what I want. This cannot be it. This is not what I want. But because you are not connected to your heart chakra, and your solar plexus has stayed stuck, it's not open, it is difficult for you to maintain confidence in the decision or in the desire of your heart, because solar plexus will help you to go after it. If your solar plexus is not strong, that is your decision making, there's this word I am looking for. I don't know why I cannot find my words tonight. Is this Mercury or what? I can't find the words tonight. The words are just escaping me. Or is it my ADHD that is kicking in real bad now? Have been battling for words tonight. Your solar plexus is your seat of decision making. That's the word. It is that seat where you are confident of your self agency, of your self authority, of your freedom to go after what you want, your free will. That is your solar plexus. And if your solar plexus is not open, it becomes difficult for you to manifest the desires of your heart. Your heart may be telling you, oh, we feel like doing this today. This is what really feel connected for me. And that is why I don't want to create content that I don't feel connected to anymore. Whoever come into my work meet me at a space, or at a whoever comes into my work meets me where they meet me. That is the word. Where they are meant to meet me. I don't want to create disconnected work anymore. Where's my water? I'm feeling quite parched now. Thirsty. Did I put this bottle? 1 minute, please. 1 minute. And so some of us may come into success thinking that you can be successful without some sort of connection to all of the energy centers in your body and all of your all that your soul requires, because our souls are asking different different expressions from us. There are times that I feel like dancing and that is it. There are times that I am very serious, studious and doing so, some serious work. It is still an expression of myself. I struggled so hard with the type of content that I wanted to create online. You know, there is the fashionista part of me that loves fashion, that loves beauty, that loves, makeup, that loves styling, etc., etc. And there is also the soul part of me that loves talking about spirituality, loves talking about, um, aligned work, loves talking about joy, loves to talk, talking about alignment, etc. And then there is also the part that likes talking of that just want to be quiet. I just want to be on here with you, just holding space for silence. And so I was thinking that how will my community receive this? And this can be the same thing for you in your own sphere, in your whatever sphere that you are. That fear of, if I express myself this way, or if I show myself expressing this way, how will I be perceived? How will I be received? How will I be judged? How will I be, it goes on and on. We are constantly thinking of perception. How would we be perceived? We are constantly thinking of that. So I am not above or beyond that. I am not. We all are constantly thinking about being perceived. But the truth of the matter is, whether you show up this way or that way, you are going to be perceived. The bottom line for me, the question that I always like to ask myself, this expression of me that this person is encountering, experiencing in this moment, is this my authentic self? Is it an authentic expression? Because I don't want to be using the days of my life, the precious days of my life, building or creating stories that are not mine, or stories that are not authentic to me, or stories that are not in any way advancing my desire for more freedom in my life, more autonomy, more emotional regulation, more spiritual alignment, more physical bliss. I don't want to be building anything in my life that will negate those desires, those goals of mine, because those are goals. Again, the goal is to the goal is to be in alignment. The goal is to be heading in a direction that I crafted for myself, not one that is prescribed by someone or a group of people for me. No. And that for me is what freedom means, what joy means to me. The moment something begins to threaten my ability to think for myself, to feel, to do, to just be, I mean, like I'm just looking at you, like I just want to be silent for a minute or two. Just catching my breath. I've been talking for almost an hour non-stop. The moment anything threatens that peace, that joy, that freedom, that autonomy, that self leadership, self authority, self agency, self love, my self assurance, my self knowledge, my self respect, my self worth, that is when the fire comes to the surface. And that is why I said you have to be very aware of you have to be very aware of yourself, your feelings, your body. How is your body? Tune into your body. How is your body feeling about certain environments, certain people, certain things, certain places? How do you feel? How do you feel physically? How do you feel mentally? How do you feel emotionally? How do you feel spiritually? You have to be locked in like this with yourself. Because how do you create the woman that you want to be? How do you become that woman if you are not self-aware? If you are not aware of where your energy, your time, your resources, your attention, if you are not clear or aware of where you are putting all of those things, how do you then channel? How do you turn yourself into the medium for that woman that you want to become, or the outcome that you want to come to life, to manifest? How do you experience full your success, the full range of your success, if you are not tapped into purpose? I am a very spiritual person, very logical. I know those are contradictions. I am very logical, very spiritual, very soul, and that requires some level of balance and harmony. If not, you feel pulled in different directions. Your brain is telling you this is it, your body is saying no, we are doing this, your mind is saying no, it is this way, your spirit is saying so. Sometimes it's like, what do I do? It's like, where do I go? Where do I move to? Do I listen to my body? Do I listen to my spirit? Do I listen to my mind? Do I listen to, that is where awareness comes in. You have to be aware. You have to be aware. You have to be conscious. Because whether you make that decision or not, whether you go that direction or another direction, there are still going to be consequences. So the question is, whichever direction I go, whichever path I take, am I ready for the consequence? Will I be able to take responsibility for my actions or inactions? Because whatever life you are creating, whatever outcome you are experiencing, you cannot wholly tell yourself that you did not contribute to that outcome. The only outcome that I feel like we didn't really contribute to as human beings, the only one I feel like we did not contribute to was the very action that brought us here. You know what I mean, right? No child, no child asked to be born. A child is born because of the decisions of two adults. So those are the ones that I don't think any human being has any control over, because you cannot decide whether you want to be on planet Earth without some people making that decision for you to be here, or whether the decision was conscious or unconscious, planned or unplanned for you to be here is another conversation entirely. But that you do not have any control over. Apologies for the noise at the background. But the truth of the matter is, we cannot completely remove ourselves. We cannot completely or totally discard our parts in the part that we took in our outcomes, our contribution to our real-time experiences. We cannot. And so, three key things that I want us to take away from the conversation tonight. I know I've been rambling on and on. One is that your success can feel empty when your achievement is not aligned, when your direction, your ambition, when it is misaligned. Misaligned with you is a mismatch. There is no, when there is a disconnect between what you want, the life that you have built, and the life that you now desire. And what I want us to take away from that point, this first point, is that you can always begin again. If you feel like you have built a successful life or a successful whatever, and you feel like it is no longer yours, you don't feel connected to it anymore, it doesn't feel aligned anymore, you can always start again. I have started over and over again. I have done businesses that didn't work out, that I walked away from. Life did not end. I am still here. I'm still standing. I'm living to tell the story. You can always begin again. And this time in a direction that feels true to you. A direction that feels like yours, not prescribed. The second takeaway that I want us to take from tonight's conversation. Woo. The second takeaway is that even if things look good on the surface, you should learn to query when you feel that something is not jiving. I'm using that word from a friend of mine, from a colleague, that would always say these numbers are not jiving. You can always query wherever you are, whatever you are doing. You have that self authority to do that. You can query yourself. Don't bury your head in the sand. Don't ignore that nagging feeling of this is not what I want. Don't ignore that nagging feeling of this is not aligned. Don't ignore that feeling that refused to go away, that thought, that nudge, that whisper that keeps coming to you like, Adele, this is not what you want. This is not working anymore. even if everything looks good on the surface, even if everything looks perfect, I mean, everything looks successful on the surface, you must learn to query so that you would be able to see patterns. You would be able to see repetitions, and you can reel yourself back to say, no, this is not it anymore. It's okay to say, no, this is not it anymore. That is the second point for tonight that I want us to take away from this conversation. What's the third one? You are wondering, right? Hmm. The third is about sitting and working and immersing yourself in your purpose. And I will say it again, purpose is not some grand thing. It's not something grand that you have to now start searching the end. I mean, people can search the entire world for their purpose. But for some people, and that could be you, it could be something as simple as showing up like I'm showing up now and just having conversations with people. It could be something as easy or as connected as making out time to build your community. That is it. To talk with the people that you want to talk to connect with people that you feel like you want to connect with. Mama, I'm on live. I'm live streaming. Thank you. You know, you have to stay on purpose. You have to immerse yourself in your purpose. You have to, do things that you feel have meanings for you, because meaning is important for us as human beings. We want to experience meaningfulness, impacts. We want to have that feeling of what I am doing is impactful, my work is impactful, it is helping someone on the other end. And that is the human experience. That is the beauty of the human experience. You want to be solving problems that you feel pulled and called to solve. You want to be connecting, building a community that you feel pulled within you beyond the surface level to build. You want to create in ways that are aligned for you, in ways that work for you and work for the other person, and make this F experience a better one for whoever come in contact with you. That is the beauty of purpose. Spiritual people, philosophical people, logical people, whatever type of people that you are, person that you have to move from a place of meaningfulness. And I struggled a lot with that in my early days. And sometimes even in my big girl age, I still, sometimes think about my purpose, that am I really, really working on purpose? And that is why we have to work on this heart chakra and the solar plexus. We have to. And we have to stay grounded. You have to come up with different practices that keep you grounded. If not, you will go this way today, go this way tomorrow, go this way today, go this way tomorrow, and before you know it, you feel disconnected physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, from your work, from your business, from your career, from your life. So it looks like you are watching someone else from afar living your life. And how sustainable is that, really? Where is the love for yourself in that? Because the love that you have for yourself will radiate to the outer world. You approach your business, your career, your work, your life from a place of love for yourself. And sometimes that love is not going to look pretty. Yes, it's not going to look pretty. It's not going to look, it's not going to come wrapped in pretty bows. But the truth of the matter is that it is your life. Whether you are going to feel fulfilled, happy, joyous, joyful, aligned in your experience, in your human experience, it's all up to you. You can change the trajectory right now. I changed the trajectory of how my night would have gone the moment I decided to turn on my phone and come on live. I changed that. I could have been using this time to be doing something else. But I understood in that moment that, Adele, you have the power to change what could happen tonight. You have that agency, you have that authority, you have the permission. Because I know some of us are still waiting for some permission. You have the permission to do what you are doing right now in this moment, because this is where you want to be. This is what you want to create. This is the reality that I wanted to create when I picked up my phone to come on live, because I wanted this reality. And that is what I am experiencing real time. The moment I stop this life, I am jumping into another reality. But for me, for this moment, for now, this is the reality for me. This is my human experience. In this moment, as I am having this conversation with you, as we are having this talk, this is my reality. This is my present. This is my real-time consciousness. This is what is bringing me joy as of now, as of this moment. This is what success looks like for me. The fact that I am able to pull up my phone whenever, wherever, and just talk to my community, connect with my community. This for me is fulfillment. And you have to find your own fulfillment. Woo! Let's take a moment to breathe. A moment to reconnect. Yeah, I have spoken to so many women. I've had different sessions where we were talking about purpose, where we were talking about ambition, we were talking about joy, because those are concepts that I personally love to talk about. They are real life connected issues that I love discussing. I love those lengthy discussions, those lengthy conversations where we are delving deep, going deep from different angles, trying to understand, rubbing minds, sharing perspectives. I live for those conversations. I live for those conversations. How can you build a thing, like you spent your time, you pour everything into it, you build it, and you feel empty afterward? Where was the soul in it? The soul was missing all along. The spirit was missing all along. So when I am talking to women, when we are having those beautiful juicy conversations, I'm always asking, where is the soul? Where is the space? How are we holding space for our souls? when we are chasing goals, when we are creating those goals, when we are, um, when we are being driven by those ambition, when we are, on those quests, whether they are the main quest or the side quests. Where is the soul? Where is the place of the soul? Because no matter how successful you think something is, or you want something to be, if you don't apply that element of soul, if your soul does not come alive or feel connected to it, it still won't give you that inner inner connection to that thing. And like I said earlier, I have realized that it is connection that we are looking for. When we feel like we are successful and we don't feel connected to that success, most of the time it is connection, it is meaning, it is that soul aliveness that we are looking for. It's not because your job suddenly changed overnight. It's not as if your business suddenly changed overnight. You are the one who changed. You are the one seeking more meaning from that job, from that business, from your body, from your beauty, from your style. You are the one. It is an identity thing. It is a soul gap, a spirit gap, a body, mind, spirit gap that we are trying to close. I mean, and I was wild when I was having that inner reflection, when I was having those beautiful conversations. It stood out. That was what stood out in those conversations, that it is meaning that we are yearning for. It is connectedness that we are searching for. It is alignment that we feel is absent. It is harmony. That harmony between your body, your mind, and your spirit. Whether it is in your job, in your business, it is that harmony that is missing that we are yearning for. You found yourself building a business or a career that your body is rejecting, but your mind is telling you, no, 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 this is what is trending now. This is what is in town now. But your soul feels empty. Your body is giving you different signs that no, we don't want to do this. You walk into that room and your BP goes up, your blood pressure goes up. You feel like you are walking on eggshells, or you feel like you feel discombobulated. It's because you cannot find any grounding. You don't feel connected to your higher self, your higher consciousness. You don't. Because if you are grounded, no one will fix their lips together and tell you what success should look and feel like for you. That is where groundedness comes in. If you know yourself and you step into your power fully and you choose, it's a choice, remember, free will, and you choose to fully express, no one, and I need you to listen to that again, no one will fix their lips together and tell you how you should feel and think or define your own success, your perspective, your idea, your vision, your, those images that you have in your head that makes you feel empowered. Because success should be empowering, not disempowering. Visibility should be empowering you, not disempowering you. I've said it several times on this channel. You should be visible to the right people in the right room. You shouldn't be moving without reading yourself, reading your body, reading your mind, reading your spirit, reading your soul. What does my soul really want? What is my soul yearning for? What type of work do I want to create? What kind of business, what kind of career do I want? I mean, what path do I want? What do I want? Not what they say you should want. Not what anybody tells you you should want. What do you, what do you want? And some of us will run away from answering that question. And so we rigmarole, we roundabout, we do everything but answer the question of desire. What do we want? What do we desire? Let me see what the comment is saying. It's been an hour already. Let's see. That's a new one. Thank you. Blessing, thank you. Thank you for joining. That's one of my clients. We had a beautiful session earlier today. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Yeah. I just want us as ambitious, soulful, logical, philosophical, whatever type of woman you are, I just want you to be joyful. A lot of us have lost our joy. And I'm not talking about, being always happy, like I said earlier. I know that I have made my 3 points clear from this conversation around success and fulfillment. But whatever type of woman you are, I just want you to be true to yourself, because that is where the journey starts from. That's where the conversation gets even more interesting. Living in your truth, being able to accept your truth, because some of us are not ready to confront our truth. And I know that is another video. Let me pen it down before I forget. Confronting our truth, because that is what will set us free. Confronting your truth. In case you are wondering what I am looking at, this is my notes. It's full, right? I'm always writing. Confronting our truth. Let me write it down. Our truth. I'm moving from there. Moving forward. Moving forward. I've written that down. Because if you don't confront your truth, if you don't allow your truth to breathe into you, how do you then hold space for what wants to be breathed through you as a woman? Because we are always breathing. We are always creating. Creation is all around us. Abundance is all around us. I don't believe in scarcity. There is nothing scarce. The universe is abundant, the earth is abundant, and there is nothing like money is scarce. No, money is always in circulation. It is what we choose to do with money. It is what we choose to do with our truth. It is what we choose to do with our realizations that matters at the end of the day. And so we must be ready, we must be open, we must be willing, we must be prepared to confront our truth head on. The truth around what success means for you. Marilyn, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for joining. We must be ready to confront our truth, whichever way. However, we must be ready. And that is it. So, if you have been meaning to achieve something, and after achieving it, it still doesn't feel like it, so to say, it doesn't feel like what you want it to feel, or it doesn't feel how you want it to feel, then it's about time for you to go inside to your roots, to your sacral, to your solar plexus, to your heart, to your throat, to your third eye, and then your crown. It is time to connect all the way down, because at the end of the day, meaningfulness is what we are seeking. Do you understand the meaning? Do you? May you always believe in yourself. That's the message for tonight. That was what was pulling and tugging on my heart. That's the download that came. What wanted to come out of me tonight will be expressed through me, for me, to you. That was what I felt pulled and called to share with us tonight. I hope this message lands safely with you. I hope my message resonates. I hope you were able to take one or two things out of all of my ADHD rambling tonight. I hope it transforms your life. I wish you more success. I wish you more joy. I wish you more happiness. Wishing you more health. Wishing you more alignment. Wishing you more. I can go on and on. Just know that I love you and I want you to succeed. I love you all so much, and I'll see you in the next session. Mwah. Bye.